Hello, everyone, and welcome to a special episode of Horrifica. Just recently, the actual killer of the Amityville Horror passed away in state custody. Ronald Butch DeFeo, the actual killer behind the infamous story, has now passed away. So today, I will be doing a special episode on a brief history of the book, the movies, and the actual story. So buckle up, horror fans. As always, I am your host, Mercy Grimm, and it is time for another horrific video. Just a quick reminder, if you like this channel and all that it does, please consider subscribing and hitting that notification bell. It really helps me out, guys. Now, let's spill the tea on this twisted tale. Starting with the real accounting of the events of November 13th, 1974. On this fateful evening, Ronald DeFeo ran to a local bar in Amityville, seeking help for his parents, whom he had found shot in his home. Upon arrival at the home of 112 Ocean Avenue with a group of people, DeFeo and the other men indeed found the horror that was DeFeo's dead parents. A man called in for emergency services, and when they searched the home, they found not only his parents, but his whole family dead and their pets. All gunshot wounds. It was soon discovered that DeFeo was very suspicious for many reasons, but this isn't a true crime podcast, so I won't get into detail. Just for clarity's sake, they realized that he had murdered his family in cold blood. He even admitted to it after a brief interrogation where they picked him apart quite easily. He stated, "Once I started, I just couldn't stop." Chilling as hell, if you ask me. Now, on to what y'all are actually interested in. The movies. Okay, well, first, the books. Books make movies sometimes, people. Not only was there a book written about the true events that took place with DeFeo, but you can actually find multiple documentaries about this topic as well. Now, the book I want to bring up is called The Amityville Horror, and it is technically a nonfiction book written about the Lutz family, who moved into 112 Ocean Avenue after the murders. It tells the story of how the house was haunted and caused the father of the family, George, to lose his mind and attempt to murder his own family. The Lutzes gave a very detailed account of the harrowing events that took place in the house. The Lutzes thought they were getting a bargain deal for that house, and they honestly were because of what took place in the house a mere 13 months before the purchase and the family moved in. It's not like the information about what had taken place in the house wasn't disclosed to them. That would be illegal if it wasn't, by the way. It was, and that still didn't deter them from getting the home. I don't know about y'all, but if someone told me that 6 people were murdered in a house I was interested in buying, I would walk right away then and there, because that just sounds like a disaster waiting to happen. And considering what they supposedly suffered through, I'm not wrong in my thought process. This book that I'm talking about, The Amityville Horror, written by Jay Anson, was turned into a horror movie a few years later. The Amityville Horror, same name as the book title, became the highest grossing independent film from its release in 1979 until 1990. Wow, that's a long time. It made a lot of money, guys, a lot of money. Since the making of the first film, there have been countless remakes and sequels. Guys, you know how horror movies work. They gotta make that cash. Let's just talk about Friday the 13th, you know? Nightmare on Elm Street. Halloween. But this first movie is the one that I really want to talk about. The one that gives people chills. The first Amityville horror movie. So, spoilers from this point on for the movie. Just forewarned right now. If you've never seen it, pause the video, go give it a watch, and come back. Every horror fan who has ever seen the movie remembers the penultimate scene at the end. The one with the blood oozing from the walls and George picking up an axe and trying to murder the children with it. Until Kathy intervenes, and after an altercation with the basement staircase and some black sludge, the family bolts. They leave their belongings behind and never return. Of course, there is heavy speculation as to the truth behind the Lutz's accountings of their time in the home. They even went as far as to make the couple take a polygraph, which did not indicate any lying, but we all know how accurate polygraphs actually are, which is not very much. They even had a issue with a lawsuit and DeFeo, and it's a whole thing. If you guys want to read more about it, I'll leave multiple links in the description to all of the research that I used for this video. Do you believe that the Lutzes told the truth? I'm genuinely curious. Hit me up in the comments with your thoughts and opinions, and if you yourself may have ever experienced a paranormal episode in your own home, I'd be very interested to know. I just had to cover this topic while it was still fresh in everyone's minds, and this may have been a short video, but I hope you enjoyed today's special episode, and I'll be back with my regular list next week. Everyone have a horrific rest of your day, and I will see you all next time. Until then, if you like this episode of Horrifica, please give this video a like, and if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you can stay up to date on all horror content that this channel offers. Thank you to all of my new subscribers, and thank you to everyone who supports this channel. I really appreciate it.